Hello, people. Another beautiful day. Yeah. Hope your five senses work, health, and strength is good or excellent. What? Okay, listen up, iOS gamers. You might have a little bad news. You're like, what? Okay. Listen to this. This article has 5 comments. I'm gonna read all 5 of them. Listen to this. Microsoft may not bring Xbox Cloud Gaming to iOS because there is no room for monetization. It says here, while Apple recently changes to the App Store would seem to be clear way for cloud gaming service like Xbox Game Pass to come to iOS, Microsoft says that won't be happening just yet. Phil Spencer, CEO of Microsoft Gaming, told The Verge that Apple implementation does not leave room for cloud gaming to be properly monetized on iPhones and iPads. It says when Apple announced last month that cloud gaming service could be offered through web apps rather than being banned outright, it seems like a step in the right direction. Microsoft tried this approach with Game Pass, but the lack of in-app subscription purchase and other monetization options made it difficult to recoup costs. The company believes the limitation remains. Spencer criticized the way Apple has opened up the iOS platform, saying the company has not gone far enough in allowing third-party options. He wants the mobile gaming experience to mirror PC, where gamers can purchase titles from various stores like Steam, Epic Games, and Microsoft Store. It says here, there's not room for us to monetize Xbox Cloud Gaming on iOS. I think the proposal that Apple put forward, and I thought Sarah Bond comment on this, were right on. Doesn't go far enough to open up. In fact, you might even say they go the opposite direction in some way, but they definitely don't go far enough to open up competition on the world's largest gaming platform. Says here, based on how cloud gaming function on Androids, there would be no in-app purchase or subscription on iOS users. Users can only sign up for Game Pass Ultimate to access the cloud game library. Apple new App Store rules do not enable Game Pass or other service to offer the functionality smoothly to iOS users. It says this perhaps explains why Microsoft hesitates to bring an official Xbox Cloud Gaming app, despite the rule change supposedly allowing cloud gaming. Then it says Apple also requires a 30% cut from all transactions on third-party stores in the EU to comply with the Digital Market Act, which developers like Spotify and Epic have slammed as anti-competitive. Okay, that explains everything. That explains everything. Now for the comments. It kind of sounds like what Sony was trying to do with the Activision court case. Anyway, let's see what they got on the comments. Says here, I am not sure I understand. Game Pass Cloud Gaming is a subscription service. This is one comment. This is Jeezy. He said, Game Pass Cloud Gaming is a subscription service that only needs the iPhone for its screen. Isn't it already monetized before the iPhone comes into the equation? Isn't Game Pass Cloud Gaming already on iPhone through the browser? Or was this removed? A user can also purchase on any website without Apple taking a cut. Alright. Here's another comment. This is from Dusto. He says Apple wants 30% of Game Pass subscription probably, but yeah, the statement doesn't make much sense. And then Jeezy comes back. He says this can already be completely avoided with the current solution. Maybe Microsoft must pursue all options to pursue competitors, but for the end user, this is already solved. That is true. All right. See if I can get another comment here. And then Ash said this: I am confused. I am confused also because I already use both the Xbox app, previously Xbox Glass, as well as the Xbox Cloud Gaming app on both an iPad and AV. I can either stream directly from my Xbox on the LAN or remotely on a remote network. The Cloud Gaming app also works fine. This is all on Apple. They want 30%. And then Super said this. Other BS from both companies. Shame on Apple for not allowing Microsoft to allow the Xbox app to stream games from the app in the first place. And shame on Microsoft for not adding this functionality after Apple is allowing it. iOS users flat out lose here as there's no feature parity with the Xbox Android app. Well, it looks like but this all comes down to Apple requires a 30% cut from all transactions on third-party stores in the EU to comply with the Digital Market Act, which developers like Spotify and Epic have slammed as anti-competitive. That's where the problem is coming from. So maybe Apple need to change course. You know, you got some Apple users that love Game Pass and they want to continue using the service, but it looks like they're blocking Microsoft with this 30% cut. It sounds like this kind of reminds me of what Sony, the situation between Sony and Microsoft over the Activision deal. Yeah. Well, it looks like if Apple users want to continue using Game Pass, it looks like they're going to have to call out Apple on this. You know, or Microsoft and Apple meet at the table and hash out what they need to hash out so the thing can go smoothly. You know, monetization. I mean, this situation can be fixed because in the like I told you guys before, in the world of video games, especially in today's time, communication is big and it solves a lot of problems. And they got email service, they got social media, different platforms. You know, they got podcasts where they can talk to hash out their differences or whatever, however they plan to do it. You know, communication is big, so this is a communication problem from Apple and probably Microsoft. So they need to communicate more better, or they need to meet around a table and hash this whole situation out. You know, because the bottom line is this: is the gamers that are being affected by this, are being affected by progress not being made. You know, so they can enjoy video games, whether it's on Apple or Windows. So communication is big, and they gotta talk. You know, they need to. You know? There's no excuses now. You know, why people can't talk. You know, there's no excuses now. So communication is big in today's gaming world, man. And you've seen the progress that Valve had with the Steam Deck when they communicate with their users. So if Valve is communicating with the Steam Deck users, then Apple needs to communicate with their users and communicate with Microsoft so they can get this problem fixed. There's no excuses now, okay? Communication is big in today's time, so they need to communicate, whether through emails, whether through social media, and get this problem fixed, because the gamers are being affected by this, okay? Apple gamers are being affected by this. Apple gamers love Game Pass. So, yeah. And then take it from there. But that's my thoughts on the whole thing, though. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinion on this, though. Hope you enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek fan. Or Dark Side. Peace.